everyone, my name's Steph and welcome to my allotment. This year I plan on taking you through the seasons with me on my allotment. So every month I'll show you what I'm doing, what my plans are and how it's gone. And I'll be sharing tips and tricks along the way. I've had my plot 6 years now, so learned quite a bit. Always things to learn though, so bear that in mind. But I'll be going through everything that I'm doing and you can grow along with me as well. Some of you will know me through my Instagram channel, but for those of you that don't, let me tell you a bit about me and why I grow my own. And I've been growing on this allotment for almost 6 years. However, I actually started growing when I was 17 and I had a veg patch at home with mum and dad, and I grew pretty much everything and anything that you could. It was all an experiment, every year trying new things and just seeing where it took me. So on my allotment I am currently growing no dig, so that's basically every year just adding some fresh compost or organic matter, enriching the soil rather than digging anything over. For me it works really well. I haven't dug this soil once since I've had the plot, and I do grow some really nice veg on here as well. I work full time, so I only get to the allotment really once or twice a week. During the winter, not often at all, but I like to have a break over the winter, as most of us probably do. Personally, I find the best way to run this allotment plot is to fill as much of the space as possible, and that's not always with veg. I do like to fill with flowers as well, and some of them are actually perennial flowers, so hardy geraniums are really good because they will just fill a space for you. But fill the ground and then it means much less looking after. There's less weeding to do, there's less watering to do. It just sort of looks after itself really. Now there isn't much happening on the plot at the minute, but we'll show you what is growing and what the plans are for each bed as we're going to go through heading into spring. Starting right at the front of the plot. So at the minute in this bed here we have got some green manure, so I've actually planted in some broad beans. So in the spring, once they've come up, they'll just get sort of lightly dug in. I know I said I'm no dig. They'll get chopped and very, very lightly dug in, and that will enrich the soil in that bed. We've got over on the far side the hexagon. In there I had courgettes. I'm not sure at the minute what's going to go in there, but we'll enrich it sort of before the spring anyway and see what is going to go in there. The big bed here, so at the minute you can see at the back we've got some leeks, and then we've got through the middle there are some hardy geraniums in there. So the plan for this bed is to get some manure at the front, and then we're going to go with our sort of smaller sized pumpkins and butternut squash, that sort of thing, at the front. And then at the back possibly some baby corn, but I haven't decided fully yet. Once we know what's what, I'll update you all and let you all know. Then on the far side, so at the minute you see we've got some leeks in over there, and we've got all the garlic as well. So that's going to be this year's garlic bed. Don't panic if you have planted garlic and it's not come up yet. Most of mine is up, but there are some varieties that aren't through yet. Your hard neck varieties do take a bit longer, so don't panic if they haven't come through. So in that bed with the garlic, we're going to do carrots, we're going to do spinach, salad leaves, and probably beetroot as well. So that's going to be a nice mixed bed, filled right up. There are I think there's some geraniums in there as well, just to fill the space, and then we'll put some flowers in too. Then in this centre bed, nice big bed here, we have got all of our onions. So these are all onion sets. We've got some shallots as well. Haven't all sprouted yet, but they will come in time. See, a lot of them have, but we have also got some shallots that haven't come through yet. A lot of the red onions haven't come through yet either, but they will. So you see that's my shallots at the back there. Just starting, actually, like there you go, there is a couple. That one's sprouting, and that one there is as well. So they are starting to come. They just take a bit of time. Then in that bed, we'll see what we're like for space, but we might put some carrots in there as well. But we'll see how they go. This big long bed, I haven't quite decided yet whether to just go flowers. So the bed at the back here, that's just flowers in there. I have actually planted some lavender in the corner here, and I've got some green manure right at the back, which I'm actually going to leave to flower. It's the lovely purple one, Facelia, something like that. So I'm going to leave some of that in, but I might put some more flowers in this bed. We'll see. Either that, maybe some leeks could go in, and no doubt I will do too much beetroot, because I always do. I might also do kohlrabi in this bed and cover it, so I'll make some little cloches to cover it, because the caterpillars, the cabbage white butterflies, they are attracted to it because it is a type of brassica. So we'll see how that bed goes. Then up here, so currently in this bed we've got leeks, which a lot of them are bolted, so I might leave some to flower. And then we've got our parsnips. Now, just to show, they've grown so well. Look how deep that is. Still some in there. You can see one just on the edge, which actually is looking like a nice manageable size, unlike the others, which were huge. And then over on the other side, so that is where we usually put our carrots, which I might do again. I'm going to build it right up so that that level is much higher and get the carrots in there probably. Now at the back here we've got our two brassica beds. Past couple of years I've not done too well on brassicas, so I'm going to really focus on getting this ground firmed right down. I think because we've had moles on the plot, I think the ground has been a bit too loose and I haven't actually sort of firmed it, so I'm going to make a really good attempt at getting it firmed and getting it enriched, ready for planting in. But these two beds, because they've both got netting sort of ready, so that one's got the netting on. I've taken the netting off this one just while it had loads of borage in it this year. So yeah, those two beds will be filled hopefully with lovely brassicas. You see I do have a red cabbage here, but I don't know if it's actually well, it's trying to heart up, but yeah, it's not done much, so I might leave it till spring and hopefully harvest it then. Then we've got the bed at the back of the greenhouse, which I didn't grow anything in this last year, so we're going to do potatoes in this bed. So probably 4 rows with 2 tubers in each row. So we'll do potatoes in there, which will then, the new potatoes, the earlies, when they come out, we will replace them with some leeks, and they will sit quite nicely in there. It's a nice sheltered spot actually. And then round here, so this is our fruit avenue. So I've got my raspberries and I've got some currants and a couple of fruit trees down here, and then this bed at the bottom, again we went for some green manure, but it hasn't sort of rooted very well, hasn't taken, but yeah, so we've got this bed too, which at the minute, I did sweet corn in it last year, so I might do sweet corn again, but I'm not sure. But I would like to do some turnip and swede, so I might do those in that bed this year. And then over here, just show you, I've got some rhubarb. I do have some rhubarb in another bed as well, and that's coming through already. I'm not going to force it this year because I did force it last year, but that's looking quite nice there. And then that just leads on, got the greenhouse here which needs a good clean, and then that's up into the bed with the garlic. And what a beautiful morning it is. Look at that hazy sunshine. It's just lovely. So still a bit of planning to do, figuring out where a lot of things are going, but not panicking yet. We've got plenty of time. We know where the main things are going, and that's all that matters. You'll also be seeing a lot of my lovely greenhouse. Now, this is my first ever greenhouse, and I had it back home. I think I got this when I was 18, and it's come from Scotland down to North Yorkshire with me. So it's a very special greenhouse. This time of year, obviously, there isn't much happening in here. I tend not to do too much for overwintering. I do have some herbs, and I've got my agapanthus and things overwintering. But apart from that, it's sort of just a bit of a mess for now, so it does need a good tidy up. But what I'm going to do is each month, I'll show you what we're sowing and what we're growing. Everything starts in the greenhouse, really. Some things, so maybe March and April when it's a bit busier, we'll do weekly updates, and I'll keep you all posted on everything that we're sowing at that time. So a very quick whiz round of what we've got in the greenhouse. So currently we've got some foxgloves and some acacia, got some nigella and some spring onions. So they are just sort of overwintering and need to be sorted soon probably. Some little primroses, which I'm going to pot up today. Agapanthus, so I like to keep them just in their pots in the greenhouse all winter. I don't water them at all, and they're quite happy. A few more sort of perennial flowers. Some lavender in the back. That was the lavender that I did from cuttings. I've gifted quite a few and planted a couple, so the rest are in here. Rosemary, I don't really want to show you, but my citrus, so one's a lemon and one is a lime, I think. They look terrible, so we need to try and bring them back to life. Out the back, greenhouse needs a really good clean, as you can see. A couple of pots of herbs. We've got mint, and we've got alpine strawberries, some more lavender, and then just some bits and bobs that hopefully our little thyme are going to come back to life. There is some green in the middle, so I'm hopeful for a couple of those, maybe not all. But yeah, so a good tidy is needed. Cat bed, because the cats like to have a snooze in here. But yeah, definitely needs a bit of a tidy up and a bit of a sort. So this greenhouse pretty much is where the magic happens. Everything starts its journey in here, really. There's not much, apart from carrots and parsnips, there's not much that I direct. So everything starts off in here. So I will be getting everything sorted and tidied and ready for the new season. And like I said, I will take you through that journey with me. So every week, whatever I'm sowing, I will let you know, so that you can sow along with me as well. So yes, looking forward to 2025's growing year. If you've got any questions or anything, just pop it in the comments and I will get back to you. See you later.